What up, people? Derek here with BNDY, and we've got our second Bikeography. This time, Brandon Fenton. So, welcome back, Bikeography number 2 with Brandon Fitton. First and foremost, shout out to Flatland Fuel. And yo, if you are watching this, you like the mid-school, right? And if you like the mid-school, you like chubbier pegs, right? Me too. Just want to let you know, Flatland Fuel has their signature Infinity ZA pegs back in stock. Go get 4 of them, like 1.625 inch diameter, bigger than 1.5. So smooth, great knurl, great pivot, great rounding, love them. Got them on the verse, really happy. Check them out, tell them Derek sent ya. First and foremost thing about Brandon is this dude is built like a linebacker, or more appropriately, like a hockey player, because he is Canadian. And Brandon is super sharp and very thoughtful. And our conversation was great and deep, with full of introspective looks back to the industry and his time in it, and how it shaped him and molded him, and the people in his orbit, and everything about that. Very thoughtful guy. And one of the things that I've noticed about Flatlanders is that a lot of y'all are deep. You think a lot about thoughts, and that's awesome. So Brandon grew up in the Dorkin 3 era. He was a local up outside of Detroit in the Windsor, Ontario. Chase Gwyn was a friend and riding confidant, and he rode with some older dudes, and they were cool to him. So if you're older and you got little shredders in your orbit, be cool to them, be kind, teach them tricks, stuff like that. He started out on a GT Pro Tour freestyle, I believe, that he got from an unknown local shredder, and that thing was kitted out. It was a really nice bike. The old dudes thought it was cool, so they gave him props. He grew up, like I said, right across from Detroit, and so that means he rode at Albies a lot. That was his local shop. He did shows there. He was a part of that scene up there. His first sponsor, ironically, was Fat Lip Clothing, where he was teammates with a one Brian Huffman, which is rad. He didn't even know about that at the time. And that brings us to Brandon Fitton's first bike sponsor. Now, this was kind of a work in bike sponsorship. So the bike side was the Gwyn Nothing. Dope bike. Learn more about it here whenever we talk about Gwyn and London and some others. But this is the bike that he rode all the way back in the day. His bike, his Gwyn Nothing. On the other side of that, the work side of his time there. He worked with techs there and basically did everything from cutting and forming and mitering tubes and all that stuff. Everything except for welding in the Gwyn Nothing process of manufacturing. Long story short, they were supposed to build about 100 of those. They only got to 20 or 30 by the time that fizzled out. Next, we get to Brandon's main sponsor, and that one is Dividual. And if you want to learn more about Dividual, check it out here. Another bike company that I've already covered. But remember, this is an effort between Scott Powell, Kevin Jones, Chase, and Brandon. And so this is where I want to call out a big mistake on my own. I missed something huge in this video. How big was the miss? You're about to find out. How obvious and glaring of a miss was it? Let me show you. Oh, search it on the internet. Okay, let's go to BMX Museum. Done. Okay, D for Dividual. Got it. Click Dividual. Scroll down a little bit. Right there. Chase. Brandon. Why didn't I mention that? Dude, so sorry. And that's how much Brandon fit in. Like, Brandon was an OG on the Dividual team, but how much was he involved? Well, their main bike frame was the brace. How did they get that name? Combination of Brandon and Chase makes brace. Instrumental, signature frame. Him and Chase, brace, Colden brace. The brace was Brandon's, no platform, half degree steeper head tube angle up at the front end versus the Colden brace, which was Chase's with the platform. Yo, this was his bike. Man, Brandon, dope bike. But let's talk about the brace a little bit. They got the prototypes. The prototypes were okay. They worked through a few versions. Once they got the version solidified, they sent it to production. Production went direct to distributors. And unfortunately, production was a little bit off. So I think the quality suffered in those production runs. And unfortunately, it kind of left the guy shook. That's why you didn't see too many runs of Dividual. That sucks. Super unfortunate outcome of a rad frame and a dope company. And after Dividual wrapped up, Brandon went over to MTF, Mountaintop Fabrication, Tony Strickland's outfit out of York, PA, and he got his signature frame, the Ashram. I think about 5 of these were made. Dope layout. Love the crisscross front end, the bent down tube, 19.125 top tube, 75-degree head tube angle, and a thoughtful 69-degree seat tube angle, which was better for decades, which is, like I said, very thoughtful to know what you want to do with that bike and then design a frame around that. Frame is banging. And folks, that's it. Brandon Fitton, Bikeography, from the nothing to the brace to the Ashram, and Brandon is still riding today, rocking a Heresy Ascend, killing it. The Biking Viking, check him out, dope lines, and he rides in an empty hockey rink, which is so fitting. It's probably smooth as heck too. But Brandon, thanks, great to chat with you, man, at Battleground. This is video 4 of 5 from my Battleground diaries. One more coming, reclamation, and just gonna drop a note. I've got like this video and 3 more that I want to get done for the end of the year. Aries, it's been sitting. I worked on it and it's sitting now. Somebody had a 40th anniversary this year, so I'm gonna cover them, if you know who that is. And then reclamation. Those are the 3 videos I want to get done by the end of this year. As always, Derek, BNDY Tubes, we out.